Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode 80 of season 4. And the title today is This is Jesus Speaking Now. Yep, these are my people. Or, yep, these parentheses, knuckleheads are my people. So we've been looking at the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman at the well, and we've just been sort of gobsmacked by the idea that the Father is seeking us. So we were saying, well, searching for God is like searching for a needle in the haystack. Yeah, well, what if the needle is moving in the haystack towards us? So the idea of I'm searching for God, which I think God appreciates that idea, or worse, which is what this lady says, which is, hey, I've already got this figured out, and she's wrong. I've already got God in my corner. I already understand everything I need to know about him. Charles Ryrie said that everybody is a theologian. Now there's professional theologians and amateur theologians, and both of those are fine, but the ignorant theologians and the sloppy theologians, that's what he had the problem with. And we find that this woman has many, many things wrong. Even so, we find out that the Father is seeking her. So we're going to ask, like, what if my ideas of God are wrong? Or what if my ideas, like this woman, as to the centers of spiritual power, authority, and truth, what if they're wrong? What if the authoritative people or the authoritative books, like this woman believes in, are wrong? And I think it was Ryrie also who said, somebody asked him, is any of your theology wrong? And he said, absolutely. And if I knew what it was, I'd change it. So we're going to take the attitude and the humility of Ryrie, who wrote a commentary on, or a study Bible all by himself. We'll take his humility and just that posture of, I could be wrong about this. So externally, in the story, the question is being asked by Jesus, are any of your external behaviors wrong? And the woman at the well, I think, says yes. When the whole thing about her 5 husbands and the one she's sleeping with now is not her husband, I think she's sobered by that. She's rattled by it. And I think she might begin to be saying, hey, maybe I'm not okay. So anyway, what's striking me today in thinking about this, and we haven't even talked about the passage yet, is that God is seeking worshipers. What kind? Some who meet certain criteria, but basically knuckleheads, let's just summarize it. And it's that God wishes to indwell that. And we've been so wrong about our views about God for hundreds of years, thousands of years, and even in the future. So we're wrong before. At the moment of the woman at the well, she's wrong. And then in times that follow, we may be wrong. I was thinking about, the young earth idea that the earth is only 8,000 years old versus, let's say, 1 million or whatever. I hope the earth is only 8,000 years old, because that means God would have to forgive less sin. But as it stands, if the earth is 1 million years, he's got to overlook so much more. But the Lord says, even in this, so let me just read the passage. The hour is coming and is now here. This is from John chapter 4, verse 23. When true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth, for the Father is seeking such people to worship him. The Father is seeking. We're running on that today. Verse 24, God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth. So let's get it right. Verse 25, the woman said to him, I know that Messiah is coming, he who is called the Christ. When he comes, he will tell us all things. Jesus said to her, I who speak to you am he. So God sees all this stuff for all of history, all of eternal. He sees all the uncareful words that human beings speak. He sees that. He sees all the wayward genitalia, and specifically he mentions that for her, about her sex life. He sees that. He sees all the arrogant, I'm okay, or I'm even spiritually okay, like she says. God sees that. He sees all the injustice, all the crime, all the lust, all the misworship. And then the amazing thing about this story is essentially God is saying, I am He. I came down. I am here to help you. I am here to reveal myself to you, to this woman. It just leaves me a little speechless as to two things. Number one, what a pathetic group of people we are. And then number two, about his willingness to come down. Reminds me of Isaiah 6:5, when Isaiah gets this vision of heaven, and the first words out of his mouth is, woe is me, I am lost. I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. And so I'm standing with this woman here today from John chapter 4 and saying she is a woman of unclean lips and behavior, and I am a man of unclean lips and behavior, and all my listeners today are people of unclean lips as well. We are all wrong in our theologies, as Ryrie says. But here we are. So I put my hand over my mouth on one hand. On the other hand, as I want to have the posture of listening and being corrected. So today, I'm happy that you're here, that you have put yourself in the path of his revelation as he chooses to reveal himself specifically in his word, and even today specifically to Isaiah, and especially to the Samaritan woman. I thank you that you have put yourself on the path of revelation. Thanks. God is seeking you.